Welcome to Bern. Benvenuti a Berna. Bienvenue à Bern. Willkommen in Bern. I'm happy to have you here for this Balzanprice Winners Forum. I'm here on behalf of our president, Antonio Loprieno, who is unfortunately sick in bed with high fever, and he asked me to, this morning to replace him today. For the academies, it's so important to be here because we are very in favor of interdisciplinarity. We promote excellent research, and we promote also young researchers. So it is very important to the Swiss academies to collaborate with Balzan Foundation and Accademia dei Lincei in this common endeavor. I also would like to thank the Gardon Quartet, who are young musicians from Bern University of the Art, who found together and already won a few competitions. And probably for the next play, they will be so famous that we can't afford them anymore. We are here in Bern, and we are alternating the prize ceremony with Rome and Bern. And the two academies, the Swiss Academy of Arts and Science and the Accademia Lincei, are backing the foundation of Balzan with this great prize. I'm very thankful that we have this collaboration, and it's a collaboration who is culturally and also naturally logic. We have the Alps, which are our common natural heritage, and we have the collaboration in science, for example, at CERN, and this is very important for us. The city of Bern was also the city of Albrecht von Haller, who described the Alps in his poem, and he was famous all through Europe in anatomy, in botany, in law, in social sciences. He was really one of the big all-round scientists. And we are also the city where Einstein used to work at the patent office, and he was not so enthusiastic about patents, and then he developed the theory of relativity. We Bernese say he always crossed the Zielglocke when he went to his job, and then he was starting to thinking about time and the relativity of time. So if it's not a story, if it's not true, it might be a good story. Yes. The Balzanprice has prize fields. It's not like the Nobel Prize where the disciplines are clear. So we have a scientific committee who defines these prize fields from the fundamental research and from applied research. We have today the theory of partial differential equation, which is really fundamental research, but maybe there will be also some application we will see today. And then we have prize fields like the pathology of the lung, who are clearly applied because they are really researching in clinical system as well. Yesterday, we had the Interlab on the brain. The Balzan Foundation does something really fantastic. They do these interlabs where scientists meet around the subject of a prize winner, and our guest was prize winner 2016, Reinhard Jahn, and he came with his young researchers who participate in the prize, and we invited people from all disciplines. We had chemists, physicists, but we had also a woman who does research, really applied research on Alzheimer's. And we discussed a lot about fundamental research and applied research. And you know, fundamental research is so important because it doesn't have any limits. It's just curiosity-driven. And of course, applied research is also important to politics, but applied research is defined by a target, so you really have a definition of what to do in research. And that's why we are really grateful to Balzan Foundation to have prize fields in both limits and illimited research. It is one goal of the Swiss Academies of Arts and Science to promote interaction between fundamental research and applied research, and we are very happy to do this together with Balzan today. The Balzanprice winner gets 750,000 francs each. 50% of this money is for young researchers. They do apply with a research scheme, and then we meet, like yesterday, 2 young researchers who perfectionize the research of their master and who are still mentored by the prize winner and by his colleagues. So it's very inspiring for us to be part of Balzanprice. And now the inspiring moment starts. We will hear about the prize winners, we will hear about the prize, and then there's another cycle of young researchers mentored by prize winners, and we hope that we will have a lot of fundamental research and applied research. Thank you very much. Announce you Enrico De Cleva, who is the president of the prize-winning committee. Thank you for being with us.
But I believe that they know me after so many years. Good evening to everybody. I would like to thank our hosts, President Loprieno, who is not here, I'm sorry, and Claudia Penzeller, who spoke before me so kindly, and for the excellent spirit of collaboration that always marks this event. I remind you that it is organized in the context, as you have already heard, of the agreements between the Foundation Balzan, the Swiss Academies, and the Accademia dei Lincei. Before giving the floor to today's protagonists, the prize winners, of course, the members of the General Prize Committee, and the other colleagues, I warmly greet everyone who is here today and thank you for attending this 13th Balzan Prize Winners Interdisciplinary Forum. Today's event is central and fundamental for the foundation promotional activity, because it allows us to come into direct contact with the prize winners and to listen to them firsthand as they take us down the fascinating paths, both in their professional and everyday lives, that have led them to where they are today. Moreover, the special quality of the Balzan Prize, which requires the subject areas to be different each year, makes the forum particularly stimulating, since we can approach disciplines which are highly diverse and sometimes not so well known. It can happen, as was the case this year, that the General Prize Committee choice of some of these new subjects becomes almost like a confirmation of their academic status and contributes to the diffusion of new methodological approaches and new thoughts about the reality that surrounds us. In bringing these fields of research to the attention of a vast international audience of scholars and scientists, the Balzan Prize not only appears as a proactive force in the wide-ranging debate of what science, understanding, and knowledge are, but also stands out through its far-sighted gaze towards the future. I'm sure that all of these will come out very clearly as our prize winners take the floor. So I do not want to take any more time from their talks. Thank you again and enjoy our forum.
you.